It's October 19th, 2023. 118 shows, 436 days, 2,452 songs played, 41 countries, leading up to tonight. It's the final show of their The Car Tour. The band walk out to the threatening and gothic sounds of guitarist Jamie Cook's Moog synthesizer with a drum machine being funneled through it. The crowd waits in anticipation. Turner walks up to the microphone. The song is a slow one. At only 72 BPM, it draws the audience out, with a string section pulling on the heartstrings of the 13,000 fans in attendance. As the opener draws to a close, the band wastes no time in launching into the tyrannical Brianstorm, their second most played song to date. Drummer Matt Helders brings the heat with an incredible drum intro at 165 BPM, almost 2.5 times faster than the song before it. Opening with a song off their worst performing album to date is a ballsy move, but it sets the perfect scene for the rest of their set. The crowd chants back at the band their iconic riffs. They spend the next few songs shuffling through crowd favourites, Snap Out of It, Don't Sit Down Cause I Moved Your Chair, and Teddy Picker. Turner is clearly caught up on a transition that the audience loves. Their first set of 6 songs averaged approximately 120 BPM, which is a surefire way to get the Irish pumped. But if there's one thing the Monkees know how to do, it's how to craft a set list. But for their next suite of songs, they bring the tempo down to the 80s and 90s. The slow ones. After finishing with their third most played song live, Crying Lightning, they decide to head to a little place on the moon. Turner finally takes his shades off, revealing his vulnerability. One look at him and you can tell he much prefers to perform their new songs over their old ones. He sits down at the piano and they play a small interlude.
Check 1, 2.
Until O'Malley comes on with the bass. Going into their 4th most streamed song, Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High. 10 years has passed since the song was released, but it is clear it still holds a special place in the audience's heart, now more so than ever. This is then followed by Arabella, showing that Turner can still rock the very same swagger 10 years on. This suite of songs is concluded by Hello You, one of the least streamed songs off The Car, but once again featuring the very same string section as before. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to call the next section, but upon looking at the songs, there's only really one name suitable for it. The GOATs. These are the songs that majority of the audience are coming for. The Sheffield 4 get a lot of flack for focusing heavily on their latest, most polarising 2 albums, with on average them taking up 22% of setlist space on this tour, less than AM's 30%. Obviously, the Car songs are going to have a permanent spot on this tour's setlist, but on average, Tranquility songs only took up 8% of the songs on the setlist. Nevertheless, the 4 Sheffield lads cruised through the view from the afternoon in knee socks, drawing into the organs of pretty visitors. If you were on the internet during the Car tour, you may have seen Alex Turner being a bit goofy during the Pretty Visitors Bridge, and their final show of the tour was no different. I'm convinced he gets possessed during this part. The boys inject a key change into the final chorus just for dramatic effect. The classic Fluorescent Adolescent caps off this section, with Alex even getting a little teary-eyed. Which leads us into the dramatic singles. Alex seemingly sings to himself in this next number, There Better Be a Mirrorball.
Don't get emotional.
The crowd starts waving their phone flashlights in solidarity as the Mirrorball makes its triumphant return. Longtime producer James Ford joins the band along with the string sections again. As the Mirrorball spins, Alex's best pal is introduced for one of their biggest hits, 505. The closer of their sophomore effort had a resurgence in 2021, taking on a life of its own after the pandemic. It's clear with the climax of this song that not only did the audience love it, but the band does too. The audience are captivated, losing their minds over it until the band doesn't hold back with another one of their biggest hits. Do I Want to Know also had a resurgence thanks to TikTok. It's clear the audience is loving it. So predictable, I Know What You're Thinking, brings us to the conclusion of their main set. Alex teases the audience with the first lyric, as the simple piano melody brings the song into fruition.
So predictable, I know what you're thinking.
Mixed reviews aside, the songs off their latest album still hold up with their audience. In the final few moments of Body Paint, it's clear to see there's still a rock band in there, itching to get let out. The band let the jam continue on several minutes past its conclusion, with Held is unforgiving to let the band stop. The Encore. Now, most people were expecting the band to open their encore with the I Wanna Be Yours and Star Treatment mashup, as they did with the other shows on their tour. Hell, I Wanna Be Yours is their most streamed song on Spotify. Nevertheless, the band bring in big ideas. The strings perfectly accompany this slow ballad, as Turner croons about the process of writing their new songs. As the audience begin to ponder, the band launched straight into their first single, their most played song live to this day. The song that brought them into the British mainstream, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. The song hasn't missed a tour since its debut, and it's clear why. The band are feeding off the crowd's energy. Turner doesn't even need to sing the title, as the crowd chants it back. But finally, the band hits the audience with the song that brought them into the American mainstream. The band carries through the energy with their ultimate set closer. The song has been a staple set closer since the end of Suckin' and Seed tour. It's a perfect closer for an Arctic Monkeys gig. The band are in full force, the audience is chanting back their riffs that they wrote over 10 years ago. Suddenly, the song comes to a close. The band looks around and takes it all in. The audience is satisfied, yet still hungry for more.
She's a silver lining, a lonely
The crowd cheers and the band kicks back in.
In my mind when she's not right, ever since
Though they know they won't be hearing Alex's soothing voice 40 seconds from now. That's it, the gig's done. The Monkees will go back into the cave and come out with another album in 4 or 5 years and do it all over again. 119 shows, 2,473 songs. Wait.
This one. Good night. It's got perfect sense.
Now, A Perfect Sense is their second least listened to album track in their discography, so at first, it seems like a bit of a random closer. But it's their last song off their last album. It's a farewell song, to the band, to the audience, to the music. They knew this moment was coming, and they had it planned from the very beginning. Still, knowing the inevitable doesn't change its impact. The audience shines their flashlights again, glistening the already damp irises of the frontman. The band embraced for a photo in front of the crowd. And that's it, the last of the Monkees. Until next time.